Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today for another card making tutorial. If it is the first time you've discovered my channel, please do like and subscribe, and if you tap the notification bell you will be informed when I upload a new video. I do about 4 a week, so there's lots to enjoy, and thank you for joining me. So we're going to make this card today. This card features the Arrange the Wreath photopolymer stamp set and the coordinating Build a Wreath dies. Really brilliant set for all sorts of occasions as well. So we've got some Easter themes on there, some best wishes, and we've just got some nice florals and foliage. If you buy the two together as a bundle, you will save 10%. So that's in the annual catalogue. This is not in the mini, the winter mini. This is in the annual catalogue, if you are looking for it. Links to products will be listed below. Okay, can you see me better now? Remembering to put this light on. So we're going with a very subtle colour scheme today. Okay, so what I've already done ahead of time is prepped a Sahara sand card base, and I've cut a Whisper White layer, which is 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 5/8 of an inch. So that's the bit we're going to stamp our wreath on in the background. I've also already die cut this wreath out of vellum, so that's ready to go when we're ready. Okay, I've already stamped a few pairs as well, and I've got a scrap here to do our other bits of stamping on. So I'm using crumb cake ink to stamp the partridge, I guess is what it is. Okay, we'll get him pushed down like so. That's right, just clearing the space there because I've got my stamping chamois off to my side where so I can clear my stamps as I go. So I've now got Pear ink, and I've also got a bit of So Saffron, because I want to show you how you get you know, pears aren't really a uniform colour, they're kind of got yellow on them and stuff. So I just wanted to show you how I achieved that, and what I'm going to do is, in fact I need some scrap paper. I've inked that with Pear and I'm just going to lightly tap that off, and I don't know whether you can see through the block, but it's sort of uneven how it's actually taken the ink off, so you get kind of a bit of a mottled image, which is super duper. And we'll do the same with the So Saffron. We'll stamp most of it off, and we'll do a bit of stamping over the top, just lightly. She says, not being able to line it up under the camera. There we are. So you get like this mottled effect, which I think just gives the pears a little bit more interest rather than just stamping them flat. So that was Pear and So Saffron that I used to do that. And then on the other end we're going to use Calypso Coral to stamp the sentiment, the Merry Christmas sentiment, just like that. Okay, so some different colours in use today, not ones I go to a lot. So the Merry Christmas we're going to punch, and we're using this lovely punch called Label Me Fancy. Just turn it upside down like this, and you can see then exactly what you're punching out and whether it's straight and level. That looks okay to me. Hang on, I'm going to die. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to catch my pears in the with that little hole, but it's going right between them, and we're going to die cut those, so that'll be alright. There we go. Just missed them. Okay, so that's our sentiment ready to go. And then we just want to die cut these little portions. So the dies are just here. And we shall just line those up. So the Stampin' Up dies, if you can't see any white around them, then they're lined up. So that's what you want to see. No white halo when you're lining up. You get a bit when you die cut it, but it's not much. So I'm just going to run those through my die cut machine, which is just off here. I'm using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Fabulous machine, and the dies just fall out. That one's already fallen out, and it's just beautiful. That is just brilliant die cut machine. And then we've got so like I say, we've got 6 pairs. We've got the little Partridge dude here, and we've got our pairs and our sentiment. So we just need to get our wreath stamped onto here, and the wreath stamp is actually really quite large. So if you are hand stamping this, you're going to need the largest F block, which isn't the most dexterous things to use. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus tool instead. Just pop that down and to make sure those magnets aren't in the way. Okay, fabulous. So I already mounted the stamp on this stamp window, and this is actually Old Olive. Again, a colour I don't use a lot of, but I thought it was nice with this palette of colours. A little more muted. Okay, I'm just going to lower that down and just give that a rub. If it's easy, just use your sleeve. You can have and that stamps wonderfully. Okay, look at that, so crisp and clean, that image. So grab my chamois to wipe that off before we put it away. Probably heard that lovely squeaky noise. Squeaky clean. So we'll put this to one side, and now we're just going to get things assembled. Okay, so this is going to go straight onto our Sahara Sand card base, and we'll use our stamp and seal for that. Oops. Just got a couple of moments before you press that down to make sure it's straight. And if you burnish your top fold really well, your card will stand up beautifully. Okay, so all of these things need some dimensionals on them, so we're going to do those quickly. The Partridge is large enough for a couple of the large dimensionals. So he's ready, but we need little dimensionals for the pairs. So I'm just going to do that with my Take Your Pick tool. So stab them and pull them away from the adhesive, and they come off the backing really well. And you can use your pick tool to take off the backings if you find that difficult to do it manually. Preferably without the thing sticking to you. They are a little bit of a those ready. Let's just put those in the bin before they end up everywhere. Okay, so those are ready to stick on. Oh, didn't do any on this one, did I? Right, that's the last of my hexagons on the dimensional sheet, but I'm not going to throw away these strips. I save them. They're really good for backs of sentiments and things like that, you know, skinny sentiments. Right, so the vellum is always a little tricky to stick down, but because we know we're going to cover up certain portions of the wreath anyway, with our little elements, I'm just going to put some spots of the Stampin' Seal in those little areas, and then that will be covered up by our additional elements. And the fact that you don't stick it down all together means you do get like a bit of lift and dimension, which I think is really, really cute. So, like I say, this guy's going to cover up any adhesive that's down in there. Now, when I was building my original sample, I actually left the sentiment till last. I wasn't even sure I was going to use a sentiment, and then I just changed my mind. So I'm going to put that in now, because it was a bit difficult to do it once I'd put all the other bits and pieces on. So that's tucking in just there. Okay, and then we're going to dot our pears around on the wreath, covering up those other little sticky parts as we go. Okay, now I did put the pears in pairs on the other one, but I think I might move them around a bit on this one as well, so that we've got a bit more going on. Should I put that one together? Put those together. Maybe these two together. Okay, so arrange those as you like. Okay, I haven't added any extra flowers or leaves or anything like that. I just wanted to keep it as the partridge with the pear tree, and the with a nice little pop of calypso coral for the sentiment. Okay, so I hope you like that. The only other thing that might be nice is a bit of Winker Stella. Shall we do that? So we've got some nice sparkle on our on those elements. Can't beat a bit of Winker Stella. And I hope you liked that idea for getting that mottled effect on the fruit, which you may be able to use on other things. Okay, so now we've got nice glittery shiny pears as well. Frost. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Like that. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Continue to take care, won't you? And everybody stay safe. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.